I tell you, it's really fucking hot in here.
Oh, it's fucking insane, isn't it?
Like, I've got the window
Obviously,
shut.
we're not in this... Yeah, window shut.
Window shut, door shut. I'm in a room that's like 8 foot by 9 foot, maybe. Possibly a little bit less than that. It's very hot in here. I looked at the weather website, the BBC one, just before we started recording, just because I was interested. Said it's like 86 right now, and it's going to be
degrees Celsius.
Yeah, Celsius, yeah.
Celsius, yeah. I only work in Celsius. What is this Fahrenheit? That's a game, that is.
86. It's supposed to be like double it and add 30.
So we're 163 degrees Celsius.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, buddy.
It's gonna be 22 overnight here tonight.
I love it. Well, it's definitely doors shut, window shut, trousers off right now.
I'm just sitting here in my pants. I know you are as well.
It's fine. Nice. Let's do this. Hello and welcome to the Justice for Gamers video game podcast. Episode 17, recorded in pants. In this episode, JFG, Ash and Alex play by Nelly's rules. Trey Barker apparently knows nothing about The Last of Us 2.
I know nothing.
Bottle caps are now a used currency. And the fuckwit wants to know where have all the shooters gone. So sit back, relax, enjoy the show, and if not, just sit in your pants.
Hello and welcome to the Justice for Gamers podcast. This is episode 17. My name is Alex, and as ever, I am joined by my good friend Ash. Hello, Ash.
Hey, buddy.
How you holding up there?
Sweating. Real bad.
I feel like I've kind of just been sweaty for several days, just at all times.
The best part of my day is after I finish work, I get in the car. And I'm already sweaty at this point from walking.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, hey, let's take it to another level of sweatiness in this like mobile greenhouse. I think that's what I'm going to call it.
Yeah, and, I like it.
Yeah, you pull the windows down and it makes no difference. You turn the AC on, but you forget that, you haven't like got it renewed or whatever is filled up, so that just blows out hot air.
Oh no way! Your AC doesn't work.
Not at the moment because I need to get it like juiced up. But yeah,
mine's all juicy.
Oh, shitbag.
I've never done anything to it.
Well, you probably just haven't used it ever. I don't know.
Not very much.
Do you need
You'd
to
have thought I'd have used it
moment?
At some point across the 88,000 miles that my car has done. You would have thought the aircon might need recharging, but apparently not.
Meh, it'll be fine. Yeah, so are you holding up as well as me then, I'm guessing?
Well, I tell you what I find very annoying is that in these situations, people laugh at the British quite a lot. About the weather. Indeed. And they always say, oh yeah, we're always moaning about how it's too cold and it's always raining and there's never any sun and everything. And then the first day that it's vaguely hot, then everyone's going, oh, it's sweltering, it's so hot.
It's
now,
so true.
I don't do that. I don't want it to be hot and I don't complain if it's cold, ever. I like it to be cold. I don't sweat when it's cold. That's nice. I like that. I like that about me.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is just silly. It's too.
I'm a big fan of the heat, but not when I'm wearing like thick black trousers, and a shirt and tie. It's just uncomfortable,
Yeah, because you had a run up to it. You were on holiday not too long ago with the old Hollisley.
Yeah, it was beautiful, but I was wearing flip-flops and shorts, and that was it.
What you should have done is worn full work uniform when you're on holiday.
Well, preparation work.
To build you up to it.
Yeah. Well, in hindsight, would have been good.
So this is podcast 17. The eagle-eared.
Beagled.
Do they have good ears, eagles?
Beagled beard.
I don't know if they can hear well. We'll go with it. The eagle-eared among you may have noticed that the last two podcasts were not edited by Ash. They were edited by me. I don't know if anyone noticed that. I don't know what I mean to say. I don't know if anyone noticed the swift drop in quality across the last fortnight, but rest assured things will change going forward. But a lot of people, we've had a lot of great feedback about our brand new section.
Indeed.
Which makes a return this week, of course. But that's probably enough of us just farting on about nothing, and we should probably go on to what we've been playing.
Yeah, games, I guess, isn't it?
Passing by, catching everyone's eye. You have such a charming manner.
Well, we spoke about it extensively last week, which is obviously Elder Scrolls Online. So we've plunged a few more hours into that. Do you like it yet?
No.
Oh well.
No. I feel the same way that I felt about it before. I don't hate it. I definitely don't hate it. But I couldn't possibly say that I enjoy playing it very much. It can be fun and it can be funny, but most of the time I kind of think I'd probably rather be playing GTA Online right now, or
yeah, that's the issue, isn't it?
Just something else. I just don't think the quests are good enough, and the combat is poor.
For me, it hasn't got that consistency. Like we'd be doing missions. Obviously, there's not a lot else you can do together in that game. But then, like, part of the mission is completed by both of you, but then the other part of the mission you have to do on your own. And this, like, disjointedness, like, it puts me off quite a bit, to be honest. So, like, if we had, like, a team of, like, 4 of us, you know, that'd be even more frustrating. Because, say, we've got to collect 6 bloody-blahs, like, sack bags, I don't know. And we each individually have to collect 6 instead of 6 collectively. That is the most
not just that
that's pissing me
either
off.
Not only do we have to collect 6 each, but every time one person picks one up, then that one disappears.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
You're basically waiting for things to spawn.
Yeah.
I feel like you're kind of thinking, actually, you know what, this is a bit poor. I feel like you've changed your tune a little over the last week or so, having played it for another sort of maybe 8 hours like we have.
Yeah, I'm still like enjoying it, and I still think I'll put like a hell of a lot of hours into it just because I like that style of game. But for like a co-op game, it's not a very good co-op game. I think that's the issue that I've got with it. But
it doesn't do enough to make you feel like you're playing with other people and they're vital to what you're doing.
No, it's just you're there and they're there, and you're in the same area, and that is where it stops, which is upsetting. You know, it's not like another game that I've been playing this week, Destiny. Shock horror. Whereas like you get your little fire team of 3. And you take and you go through everything and you do everything together, and like that is a brilliant co-op experience. Whereas Elder Scrolls Online fails at that point there, really.
It's funny, really, because I think that a lot of the problems I have with the story and the quests in the Elder Scrolls Online is the fact that there's just no gameplay there, the fact that there's the combat's shit, and so on. And then if you talk about Destiny, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much the only good thing about Destiny is the combat. You know, you put those two games together. If you had Destiny's combat in the Elder Scrolls Online, then that would be a fucking great game. But as it is, neither of them are very good, in my opinion. They're both lacking hugely important components, and
mainly a storyline.
Yeah, a storyline. Yeah.
Or any sort of storyline, or any kind of substance in that area. I would say.
Yeah.
And the fact that the main storyline in Elder Scrolls seems to be a solo thing. I mean that's I don't get that.
So annoying.
It is really annoying.
Yeah. So we didn't really know what the main quest was and what were the side quests, and we were plodding through doing various side quests. We were having an all right time. That's the bottom line. I'm never having a shit time.
Yeah.
It's just not particularly inspired. And then we both hit level 10 so we could make our guild, which did absolutely nothing, by the way. And then we meet the Prophet again, Michael Gambon. He's
Just
come along
pops
to
up
have a word.
Nowhere.
And it seems like every crucial quest, everything that drives the story forward, you get to the door you have to go through to start that quest or whatever, and it says it, solo
Solus.
quest. You have to do it on your own. This is an MMO. What the fuck is that all about? Surely that's not standard fare in MMOs, that the main storylines are solo. Who plays MMOs on their own? Completely on their own? What's it for? I just don't know what the game's for. I still don't know.
No.
We can't go on about it too much, because last week was Elder Scrolls Edition.
I think this is just a cheeky update on our thoughts about it now. This is not.
And we will keep playing it. It was about this point in proceedings that Ash remembered actually Fallout 4's coming out, and I probably won't play very much more of this Elder Scrolls shit.
If it comes out, then I'll trade up for Fallout 4, probably.
Not long till that, mate.
I know, I better get some hours in on Elder Scrolls Online then. See you later, buddy. I'm off.
See you around.
So I loaded up Destiny for God knows whatever reason on my own. I wanted to shoot stuff, and I knew that shooting stuff in Destiny was really satisfying, and it was. I did absolutely nothing apart from go to the moon and the other 3 or 4 places that I can go to, because it tries to thrust all of its DLCs in my eyes, all the way down to my anus, constantly, which is nice.
Oh yeah,
why not? I'll
that's because it's a cash cow rather than a game.
I know. Unfortunately, I have no money, so I can't give them it. Not that I would say anyway.
Fortunately.
Yeah, fortunately. So I was just shooting stuff. I loaded it up. I got it was like, you've got a message at the whatever it is, Citadel. No, that's I can't remember what the name of it is. And I got a elite sniper, whatever the purple one is. I don't care. So I took that out for a spin, and it was great. I shot loads of dudes in the face. I was jumping about, floaty on the moon. Really enjoyed it. But then I was just like, yeah, that is it in this game. That's all this game is.
Oh, it's interesting that you dipped back in, though.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was just not intrigued or interested. I was just like, I just want to shoot stuff, and I'm trying to think of what other shooty games have we got?
Yeah, I mean, there's a real shortage. Actually, there's a question coming up later in the show about that exact thing. The fact that we just aren't playing shooters. So we'll have a little word about that later on.
So yeah, and so I just played it because I wanted to shoot dudes in the face, and it was very satisfying shooting them in the face, I must say. There's still quite a lot of people playing it. I don't know why. They were all level 33, 4, and I think I was I'm 27, so I'm probably a million miles behind them in doing whatever it is you have to do in Destiny these days to rank up. I don't know. Other than that, I played and finished episode 2 of Tales of the Borderland, and I have started episode 3 because I'm really enjoying it. Don't ask me why again. I'm having a very strange week. The main reason I started playing Tales of the Borderland was you weren't online one night, so I was going through all of my games, and I was like, I can't be asked. I kind of want to play games, but I don't want to sit in the gaming chair. I just want to like chill out, like lying on the bed and just play something. So I thought, why not use a bit of remote play? So I booted up the Vita, had an update on the Vita, so I did that, and off I went and loaded up Tales of the Borderlands. And the remote play feature, I don't know if it's had an upgrade or something's happened with my network, but it was flawless. Like I ended up playing like the whole episode of episode 2 from start to finish, and like a little bit of episode 3 in like one sitting.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. It was a bit intense, and I only had 2 sections where my Wi-Fi or something went a bit dodgy and it was stuttering. But apart from that, like the remote play on the Vita was fantastic. I also tried, because I was like, nah, something's wrong here. It must be just because it's like Tales of the Borderlands or Tales from the Borderlands, sorry, and it's like not very heavy processing or something. So I booted up Trials, which is very, responsive with the controls, and that seemed to work perfectly. And I was like, wow, this is awesome, playing like a PS4 game on this like little tiny screen that's working. But Tales of the Borderland, well into it now, loving all the characters, making all the decisions. I'm kind of working out when a big decision comes up and when like just a shit answer that it doesn't really matter.
It's kind of telegraphed, is it, to a degree?
Yeah, in a way it is. You can you seem to have a bit more time to think about when it's more of an important decision. I think that might just be me being weird or like some sort of sixth sense, but that's just what it feels like. So yeah, I'm going through that, and yeah, it's a fantastic story. I had one bit where I was just like, this game is utter shit, and that's when it tried to be a computer game. So you have to go from one box to another, like trying to dodge this like gun turret, and so like you poke your head out to see where it is, and like so it scans from left to right, it scans past, and then it starts making the noise. So I duck back in, then I go back out because it's not making the noise, and it's pointing off to the extreme right, and then it just shoots me in the face. I'm like, well, that doesn't work. So then after that, I load it up again, and I just go straight all the way, just like ignoring it turning left to right, and just I get like 2 boxes to the end, and you peer out. So you have to move the analog stick to say that's the next box I want to move to, like a little aimer, yeah. But then,
right,
when you move out from behind the box, that aimer resets to the middle. What's the point in that? Like you're already saying you've aimed over to that direction. You're like, yeah, I want to go that way. I'm ready for it. So you lean out, and then you have to move your cursor all the way back over there again. And obviously, that killed me like twice in a row. So I was getting all kinds of pissed off with that, and yeah, so on and so on. And it doesn't seem to be like there's like a timing thing to it or anything. It's just literally just look and point as quick as you can, and then it will just play the next cutscene, which is terrible in like a quick time event, I guess, because they're normally all about like timing and stuff, aren't they? But this
pretty
just
terrible that a game falls down as a game. Like,
well, that's the thing. Poor. Like, because I was just like chilling, lying in bed, like watching it, I would often forget that I was actually playing a game. And like I like the little choices. I'm quite happy to press a button or flick a direction here and there. But when it starts taking me out of that like fluidness of storytelling, when it tries to make me play as some sort of quick time event game, then it just goes tits up and fails miserably.
It's funny, you seem to have come to accept it for what it is now, to the point where when we were first talking about these Telltale games, we were saying, there's just no gameplay, like there needs to be some gameplay here, and now you've almost come to terms with it. You're like, I accept this as an interactive story, to the point where I get annoyed when it tries to be a game because they just can't do that. It does pose lots of interesting questions for them going forwards, especially the Minecraft thing that they're doing.
Yeah.
It's interesting, but I mean, you sound like you have a genuine interest now in Telltale games, and you're really enjoying the experience, for better or worse. So,
no?
I'm
the only reason I'm enjoying this is because it's Borderlands. I'm interested in the story. If it was, I don't know, maybe the other stories are good as well, but like I really enjoyed the Back to the Future one because it was Back to the Future. I'm really enjoying this because it's Borderlands. I played like the first 2 episodes of The Walking Dead. Couldn't give a fuck about that because I don't.
What about Game of Thrones, though? You know, you watch all of those, so maybe you get into that one.
Yeah, no, I don't think I would get into that. I think it would be annoying. Like, it's not going to be funny. Like, I like stupidity. I think it would be too serious. I don't know. Maybe it's not.
It does feel like the perfect marriage, doesn't it? The Borderlands universe for Telltale. It seems ideal. But
yeah.
I suppose we'll have to wait and see what they come up with next. Don't know much about the Minecraft stuff.
Yeah, true. But one last thing. Another reason why I think I liked it was because I was playing it on the Vita, and you know my view on playing games on the Vita.
It can be
shit, and it was still good. But like, if I play, I don't want to sit like in my gaming chair and watch a story. Like I said, I want to go and lie in bed on my Vita or on a tablet or something and play those type of games. Like, that's where those games or these games should thrive, not on console or I don't know.
Tablet games.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. So apart from Elder Scrolls, buddy, what else have you been playing?
I think, to be honest, this is probably my most barren week for gaming since we started recording these podcasts. I've been doing everything other than playing PlayStation. So, yeah, a bit of GTA. Been playing some GTA, as I always do. Been playing some Project Cars. Had a really good game night where we played lots of Project Cars. That was really good as well. And PES. As usual, I've been playing PES, but literally, other than, you know, that's my general sort of weekly staple diet of gaming, and then normally I'm tucking into something else as well. That I just haven't done that this week. I've nothing to talk about. I'm sure that all of our listeners are completely sick of my regular tales about my exploits on racing games and football games and stuff. I did my PES thing. I finished my season. I won every game.
Well played, buddy.
The pressure of doing that was a lot. It was a bit much. The last sort of couple of games, I'd already decided that I wasn't going to do any sort of reloading, rendering it pointless or anything. I was just going to get as far as I could. Last couple of games, I sort of snuck 1-0 and 2-1 against Stoke and West Ham, and I was really feeling it. You know, it's like I've won 36 games in a row, and yeah, so I won every game in the league, and I won every game in the season except one, which I drew because I simmed it.
You shitbag.
Yeah, it was a Champions League group game, and I'd already qualified top of the group. And
that's
and
allowed
drew.
then. That's not.
Yeah,
well,
but
you didn't lose it though. No, because you didn't lose.
I didn't lose. I won every trophy. I was in the Super Cup. I was in the League Cup, which is PES's version of the Community Shield. Won that one. The Super Cup because I'd won the Champions League the year before. So yeah, literally, I won everything I went in for, and I finished with a goal difference of plus 156 in the Premier League. But I haven't played it since I did that. It felt like that was a big thing, and now I've kind of stopped playing for a bit. But I'm sure I'll
need
go
a
back.
break.
But yeah, Project Cars. I'm still driving my Atom around, reliving that wonderful day. But that's about it. I have nothing more to say. So I think that'll do us.
Cool, buddy. Cool.
And now it's time for Fonz or Phoenix.
The Phoenix, the weather this week, because it's so hot and sweaty.
I went for a Fonz because I think we've had quite a few weeks of negativity. With
last week was terrible, wasn't it?
Last week was pretty awful, and it got worse after we recorded. It was announced shortly after we recorded that they'd also done a drinks deal with Red Bull for exclusive content for buying Red Bull energy drinks and saving codes and stuff. That got even worse. But we won't talk about that. Let's be positive this week. This is positive. It's not really positive for the people involved because I think it was a bit of a misstep. But for us, it's great news.
Just a bit.
Nolan North was taking a Q&A session at a conference this week. And just casually, as you like, said, I don't really know what Naughty Dog's plans are in the future. Of course, they're working on Last of Us 2, but other than that, I don't really know. And so, yeah. I don't think he was supposed to say that.
No, I don't think so.
He played Joel's brother, didn't he? Troy Baker was Joel, of course. But I absolutely fabulous news. I think one of my favourite games of all time. I didn't play it until the remaster, but just the most incredible single-player experience. Right up there for me, probably top 5 games of all time. Right up there with Half-Life and BioShock for me in terms of single-player experiences.
Yeah.
I would be concerned to a degree that they'll fuck it up because Amy Hennig has left now. She was heavily involved in that as well as Uncharted. It's come out this week, actually, incidentally, that they were 9 months into development on Uncharted 4 when Amy Hennig left. She was one of the lead writers on the Uncharted franchise as well as The Last of Us. The fact that she's gone, I suppose we'll find out when Uncharted 4 comes out how detrimental that was to Naughty Dog's productions. But I feel like they're on the ball enough and delicate enough with their IPs that it won't be detrimental. As far as I'm concerned, Last of Us 2 is fabulous news. So excited. I don't know what they'll do with it. Troy Baker came out... I think it was a matter of hours later saying he knows nothing about The Last of Us 2. I don't know if that was damage limitation.
He's not in it.
Yeah, they killed Joel off. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what do you think?
Yeah, man. Awesome news. Quite the slip up, I must say. But you got to think that was definitely on the cards, like a high percentage chance. You know, you probably would have bet a fair bit of money on there being another Last of Us. Yeah, man, like wicked news. Well excited. Bring it on. It's not going to be out for like 2 or 3 years though, I bet. So.
Oh God, no. No, we're probably talking 2018 or something. But
yeah, and PS5. Yeah.
Yeah, launch title, mate.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
All I can say is having played Uncharted 3 recently, and absolutely loving it, although not initially, and looking back at The Last of Us and how that felt to play, they already had the story down, Naughty Dog. The Last of Us went a very long way to really refining the Uncharted style of third-person play, you know, with your cover-based stuff and your shooting and everything. I'm hugely excited for Uncharted 4 for that very reason, because I know that it's going to be an Uncharted game that plays like The Last of Us's refined combat and movement. They just seem to be going from strength to strength, and it's a very exciting future for PlayStation gamers. I'm glad I am one. Now.
Yeah, it's a big old phones.
It's a massive Fonz. There's not much to say other than that. It's still a rumour. Obviously, Naughty Dog aren't interested in confirming it off the back of Nolan North making a slip-up. But I very much hope that it's true. I don't know why he would have lied about it. And yeah, brilliant news. Fonz.
Woo!
And now it's time for the news.
The news.
The news.
The news. The fucking news. No.
Number one.
Number one.
Nutcase posts 2,000 bottle caps to Bethesda, gets free copy of Fallout 4.
Now, what's the price ratio? How many bottles did he have to drink? Obviously 2,000.
2,000.
How much is a bottle, and what type of bottle was it?
Well, I would guess a glass bottle. For an authentic bottle cap, it would need to be, the sort of bottle you'd need to open with a bottle opener. So I would imagine a proper can, a proper bottle.
Yeah, glass bottle, yeah.
Maybe beer.
Possibly ale, yeah. Beer.
Possibly an ale. It could be a Coca-Cola.
You could be looking between 50p and £1 cheapest per cap. That's a lot of money for Fallout 4, mate.
Well, yes, it is. It's apparently took him 7 years to accrue this collection.
And he just sends them off. It's like, they are Bethesda. What are they going to do with them? But thanks. Chuck them in a bin.
Probably.
Recycle them.
Yeah.
Do they still have those places in America where you take metal and then you get money, or in cartoons there was always the tin cans and recyclable place where you get money? Do you reckon Bethesda will do that? Just take them all down there and be like, how much can we get for these?
No, I think they'll throw them away.
Okay,
but quite funny. Obviously, a big Fallout fan. It's been saving bottle caps for all this time, and properly cool of Bethesda to
definitely. It's very cool.
Fill your boots.
Now, has he got that
Funny
copy of Fallout
story.
now already, or is it
I would imagine that would be an active pre-order.
Yeah.
Because that'd be crazy.
Yeah, it'd be like, thanks, man. There's a copy right now. You can play it. 3 months before release.
Okay. Number 2. Miyamoto is not involved in the design for the new NX. This is the new Nintendo system. He came out this week with a selection of statements. Nintendo have been very vocal recently about everything, business facing and otherwise. He came out and said, "I've pulled myself back out of some of the hardware section and I'm really focused on some of the software that I'm involved in. For example, the new Star Fox game. Of course, I am observing and looking at the hardware, but I am not actively participating and making decisions." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if that's good news or bad news. I think, to be honest, there needs to be some decisions made by some fresh blood there. Certainly the Wii U it was kind of a misstep. You have to call it that because it's bombed.
There was the whole thing there. It came out at the wrong time, and it's true. If you get things at the wrong time, they're not going to work. Whereas if you look at was it Zynga or whatever it is, they were in the right place at the right time with their stupid social games and stuff. And it's just all about being there and then and doing it. And they just, I think possibly, they did just miss the whole tablet
Bottom feeder.
by like a couple of years. If they came out a couple of years or a year earlier, might have been better for them. But I was mainly a bit worried about the start of his statement there when he said, "I've pulled myself back out of," and I was like, "Where's he going with this?"
Shaft Master.
It did sound a bit naughty. I think Nintendo have always had a bit of an old school outlook. I think now, this moment in time, they could do with some fresh ideas, some input from people who got their finger on the pulse a little bit more. I think a lot of the things that make Nintendo are wonderful in terms of the old school approach and they're cautious about online multiplayer and all sorts. But I think now's the time. I don't think they can afford, their reputation can't afford a second console in a row that doesn't work for them. And
I thought this was the second one that didn't work. I didn't think the GameCube did that
well,
well, did it?
I suppose not. Yeah, I think they're propping up their profits with 3DS and that, aren't they?
Yeah,
really?
true. Yeah.
It's the Wii, so maybe a hit and a miss and a hit and a miss.
Yeah.
But
So the
I don't know.
the NX
We don't know anything
should
about
really
NX.
be the NX should really be something special if we're going by that.
I'm starting to get quite excited to find out what it is, because they're being so incredibly secretive about it. It feels like they're not being secretive about a standard console here. They've got something. There's something there, and it's going to be a shock. And I'm looking forward to finding out what it is.
Should be good, buddy, when it turns up. But yeah, we shall see on that one.
I guess we'll find out next year.
Possibly.
I think we will. So next, it looks like we were spot on about the PlayStation 4 price cut thing. As we'd already said, the Xbox One's RRP, the 500 gig, went down to £300 to make way for the 1 terabyte model, which launched at £350 in the UK. We were wondering over the last few weeks whether Sony would match that, whether they'd feel the need to. They have, by the looks, because the 1 terabyte has been touted at an RRP of $350.
Yeah.
So presumably they'll drop down to $300 for the 500 gig as well. Not a surprise.
No, it's not a surprise, but I mean, you're better off buying if you are going to buy it at 300 or 350, you're better off buying the 300, 500 gig one and just dropping like 50, 60 quid on a 2 terabyte hard drive instead of paying 50 quid for a 1 terabyte one, surely.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, good news, because dumb people all have more space, but yeah,
It's true. No, it's true. You're absolutely
totally
right.
is, yeah. But if
He's
you're
absolutely right.
you're not dumb, buy the cheaper one and upgrade it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You presumably, if you're listening to this, you know that you can switch out the PS4 hard drive for any basically laptop drive, isn't it? Is it 2.5 inch?
2.5 inch. Yeah, sorry, not 3. Imagine trying to get a 3.5 inch one in there. Come on, it's gonna fit.
Even if you don't know exactly what drive you need, a quick Google search will reveal several lists of compatible hard drives. You can pick up a 2 terabytes for sort of 50, 60 quid with offers and discounts and so on. So yeah, I mean, what it basically means is if you've got a few brain cells, then for about 350, 360, you can now get a 2 terabyte PS4. Which is cool. And you'll bloody need it as well, because I'm deleting games left, right and centre on my 500 gig at the moment.
Whereas I am fine. Like I said, I still have Destiny installed, buddy, so I can do that when I want.
And I'm delighted that I deleted Destiny.
True.
Next, GTA 5 Ill-Gotten Gains 2. They said it was going to be coming out this summer. It is out this week.
Which is the British summertime. right now because after today, I'm guessing it's going to get shit again.
I'd imagine so.
Yeah.
I'd imagine so. So yeah, Ill-Gotten Gains 2, more clothes, more stuff, probably more stuff that's incredibly expensive.
Yeah, I reckon so.
But more content and more power to them for that.
Yeah, why not? Not free stuff. I was about to say free stuff, but it is free stuff. But you have to
Free if you put the hours in, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so yeah, it's free if you just play the game.
If you literally work it like a job, you can buy all that shit.
I'm doing it.
No bother.
24/7, non-stop.
Next, Minecraft PC version has sold over 20 million copies.
And I'm one of them. Yeah.
That's a lot of copies.
Yeah, they've done well. I mean, Minecraft's still going. I mean, who's getting that money? Is Microsoft getting all that money now? I guess.
I'd imagine so. They bought out Mojang, or Mojang, whatever.
I believe the J is silent. Mojang.
It's yogging.
Yeah, it's
yogging. That's right. Yeah. Polygon. I was reading on Polygon. They said that across all the platforms, if you include the console editions, the Pocket Edition, and everything, then that game has now sold over 70 million copies worldwide.
Stupid, isn't it? I mean,
amazing.
I've bought it 3 times, which is dumb.
Yeah, I've bought it twice.
That's dumb enough. Yeah, that's just fucking well played. What a game! They've fucking smashed it. But definitely the PC version is the best. No, hands down.
Well, it's the mods. It's the mod support that makes the difference.
Exactly. And I think that's what happens. Like all these kids play it on their tablets or like on their consoles, and then they'll obviously like watch it on YouTube and then see all these mods, and they'll be like, oh, I need to buy it on the PC, and then like they probably haven't got a PC that runs it, so they'll have to get their parents to buy like a new PC, and it'll end up costing the parents up to and over $1,000 just for fucking Minecraft, I reckon. But hey ho, that's what we live in these days. Good times. But yeah, 70 million. Wow. 70
million. I don't know how you feel about the fact that Microsoft have bought it out. Now, we've been kind of lauding them with praise over the last few podcasts because of their efforts to try and, bring the fight to Sony and show off the exclusives. They had a great E3 as well, I thought. Whether it's safe in their hands or not, I don't really know. I suppose you could argue it's safer in Microsoft hands than Notch's.
Probably.
After he jogged onto LA and bought some like super mansion with a couple of Bentleys encased in it. So
like you do. Why not?
Fair enough. Yeah.
But
who knows where it'll go next?
The thing, like, if Microsoft's like do it as like a PC Xbox exclusive, then I think they're going to shoot themselves in the foot. Like,
they won't do that.
No, they won't, because like I'm sure I read a thing today or yesterday where in Europe, Sony have a 70 to 90% like hold on the market in consoles. Now that,
which sounds insane to me.
Yeah.
I read that as well.
I
It sounded
know.
mental to me.
But well, it just proves like, well, I was just saying like, yeah. So if I don't think I would, obviously because I've got PC, I wouldn't go out and buy an Xbox One just for Minecraft. But I don't know. Would you? If you don't have a PC, would you go and get an Xbox One for Minecraft?
No, I won't be held to ransom over a single game under any circumstances. I don't care what the game is. Out of principle, I won't play it. In fact, it would make me hate it, quite frankly. But then, I don't know if I'm a standard individual in that respect.
True. But yeah, Minecraft, still going. Fucking hell.
Yeah. Right, next, the Xbox Elite Controller, or Troll, as I like to call them.
Trolls.
Looks like it's going to be game exclusive in the UK. It's only available at Game. Amazon have cancelled all their pre-orders and removed it from their store, and that nowhere else was really selling it up until this point. And Game have been coming out with bold statements suggesting that this is the case. So yeah, it looks like this that Elite controller they showed off in the Xbox press conference is game exclusive on these shores at least. What do you make of that? They need something game, don't they?
Yeah, firstly, that controller looks the fucking nuts. I would love to have like Transformer controller. I could just be like, boom, switch it out. You'd like that. Yeah, seriously, that's awesome. Like, I mean, it just means that like, surely like, you can just replace parts when they start fall into bits or whatever. But yeah, you don't have to be stuck with the tiny grips. You can get larger ones that are specifically made for it, not like little covers that we've got. But the fact that Game have got it exclusively means that is wank, because it's just going to be one price and it's always going to be that price, and there's no competition there. So I don't know, might be cheaper to buy it from the States or Japan or something. So you might want to start looking abroad for that troll, because Game are normally pretty shit with sales of stuff, especially exclusive.
Yeah, we don't really understand Game because they seem to operate on their own terms and their own ridiculous prices, and no one seems to challenge them, and yet they continue to exist. I know they went through some hard times a little while ago. I don't know what their financial situation is at the moment. Every time I go in there, I feel like they're just overcharging for everything to eke out that last few years' worth of money before they inevitably go under, which I'm sure they will. But I like the look of that controller as well. I think it's quite a fun gimmick. I don't think I'd get one. Obviously, we haven't got Xboxes, but I don't think I'd get one. But
definitely,
I don't care that much about my controller, if I'm honest. But I did like I think my favourite thing about it was the adjustable triggers.
Yeah.
It set the distance that you needed to press the triggers down and then lock that in place. And that's the sort of thing that you definitely do if you were playing a shooter or whatever, or even a racer, to get the power down quicker or whatever. It's quite cool, isn't it? I like all that sort of
there's a lot of things that,
stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are being like all modular based and all that stuff now, like that. What's it? Project Ara, is it? The Google phone or whatever. Where it's like bits.
There's a PC as well, wasn't there?
Yeah, I think so. Like the whole modular based stuff where you don't have to replace the whole thing if something breaks, which makes sense to me. You just replace the part that's broken. I mean, that makes so much more sense. Or you can just upgrade a certain part if you want, say, for instance, a better camera or something like that. Or, like I said, I want larger thumbsticks on my Elite controller or whatever. I can just do that. And I think that's fantastic. It's such a good design, in my eyes anyway.
Yeah. Okay, next. We are on to PS Plus, which has finally been announced. It was announced about 24 hours before the games were supposed to hit the store that they decided to change the date of when games would hit the store.
Yeah, because God forbid we'd get something nearly a week before the States, buddy.
Yeah. So it's apparently now going to be the first Tuesday of every month rather than the first Wednesday, which immediately pushed our PS Pluses to the following week.
Yes. Whereas if you're in the States, you would still have to wait till that following week because they get theirs on a Monday, I think. Is it?
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
So we would have got ours today, and they would have got theirs on Monday. And can't have that, mate. Can't be doing that. We can't have stuff before them. That's crazy talk.
So anyway, here is the list of PS Plus games. Bearing in mind, I think we talked about the Xbox games with gold last week.
Yes, we did.
The big one was Black Flag, of course.
Very cool.
Yeah, which is cool. So if you're PS4, then your PS4 specific games are Rocket League, which I've been playing the beta of, and is a radio-controlled car football game.
Of course it is.
Of course it is.
Why wouldn't you make a game like that? It's brilliant.
It's the sort of game that sounds cool,
but
probably isn't. I found it just finicky and annoying, but we will certainly give it a go. I think it'd be a fun. If you were consistently drunk, then you'd probably have a lovely time with Rocket League.
Sounds like a Friday.
Yeah, we'll have a go at that, and we'll get back to you. But radio-controlled car football game. Yeah. The other one, Styx Master of Shadows. That's a sort of stealthy action game with orcs and stuff. That sounds quite interesting, and that's the one I'm pinning my hopes on this month. I will find out on Tuesday. PS3, you've got Rain, which is really old. And then we get Geometry Wars 3, Dimensions Evolved. That's the Vita one, I think.
Yeah.
Also on Vita, Mousecraft. That's the cross-platform, all platforms one. So PS4, PS3 and Vita get Mousecraft. And then PS4 and PS Vita get Entwined, which was the game that Sony launched last E3,
yeah, it was last E3
in their conference and went, "It's out now."
Yeah. But yeah, cool.
Also available Drive Club PS Plus edition.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Course.
Is it still offline only though?
I haven't seen anything to suggest otherwise.
Yeah.
I don't know if they've turned any online features on yet, but yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
What do you make of this lineup then?
Average.
Agreed.
Rocket League, I tried loading up the beta and my PlayStation sounded like it was gonna fucking take off and fly out the room, so I stopped that immediately. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to playing that. That should be funny. I think that'll be a stupid, like, maybe 1 or 2 games on a game night when we're all together. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Styx Master of the Shadows, so I will have to YouTube that this week and possibly get prepared for it. I don't know. I'm not really fussed about any of these at all. You know, I could have gone without them, I reckon. Which is a shame.
Yeah, I think, frankly, what you're saying is I couldn't give a fuck about any of this.
Yeah, I was being polite.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. Don't give a shit.
No.
Hopefully there'll be a little gem in there. I doubt it. It's been real poor. Last couple of months we haven't had much joy with PS Plus. Xbox getting stronger, PS Plus getting weaker. But we shall see. Maybe Styx will be that gem, and we'll be waxing lyrical about that this time next week.
Who knows? Another thing about Xbox, I noticed, I think it was today or yesterday, that you could get a year's subscription of Xbox Live for £19 on, what was it, CD keys. I was like, that's very cheap for a year.
Yeah, that's pretty special, actually.
Yeah.
Especially seeing as they implemented all these new dashboard features on the PlayStation to allegedly tell you when your subscription is running out. And then last night I received an email saying that my PlayStation Plus had expired. No warning beforehand or anything, no messages through. I regularly get messages from that Discover section saying, "Oh, here's some information about power options." But no, never. No email from Sony beforehand saying that was about to run out or anything. So yeah, but not great.
No. Oh well. We ended on a low. Not good.
No, sorry about that. That is the end of the news.
Das News.
Die News. And now it's time for Out This Week.
Is there anything out this week?
No, not really.
Okay, cool. Brilliant. I'm just looking at it now, and 2 of them are in the PS Plus, which is fine.
They are. Geometry Wars 3 Dimension Evolved Vita is a PS Plus. The Rocket League one I included because it's coming out on PC as well.
Okay,
Obviously, that isn't in PS Plus.
Yeah.
We've also got Numa. I'm going Numa there. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's not P. Numa, is it?
It's not P. Numa. It's
No.
not Paul Newman.
No.
So Numa Breath of Life
Yeah, nice.
is coming out on PS4. It is a pretty looking first person adventure game. It reminded me of sort of obviously it isn't like this because it's not a point and click adventure, but it reminded me of like Myst and Riven, that sort of thing,
Okay.
where you've got these really luscious environments but nothing moves in them, nothing is really rendered, and it's all sort of little puzzles, find things on the screen and move on and stuff. Looked quite interesting and very, very pretty, but mixed reviews on Steam for that, so I suppose we'll just have to wait and see on that one. As I said, Rocket League, I mentioned that because it's coming out on PC the day it comes out on PlayStation Plus next Tuesday. And this is a little more interesting. Smite, the open beta of Smite on Xbox One. This is an Xbox exclusive, or console exclusive at least, MOBA.
Woo!
For Xbox One.
Yeah.
And yeah, open beta, anyone can play. We like that. That means they're testing it properly rather than trying to get you to fucking pre-order anything.
Yeah.
Although, if you watch the trailer on YouTube, you will find a series of members of the studio team telling you to pre-order certain things and telling you about all the different characters and microtransactions that are going to be involved. So that's not great. But yeah, that's coming out on Wednesday this week. Smite, the open beta, free to download for everyone to give it a go on the Xbox One. And the last game that's coming out this week, that I've got down on my list anyway, The Red Solstice. It's coming out on Thursday. It is a retro-looking squad-based strategy shooter. So it looks a little bit like a sort of real-time XCOM. So not turn-based, but kind of real sort of retro graphics, kind of old-school sort of thing. Looks like quite a cool little strategy game there. And yeah, quite cool.
Nice. Not a bad week. Not great, though, I must say.
No, 1 week we'll have like 5 AAAs,
Yeah.
and we can go on all about them. But yeah, that's not this week.
No.
And now it's time for Fuckwit Corner with Funk.
Backward corner with funk. Backward corner with funk. He's got some questions for funk.
Love it. Big fan.
I tell you, it really did hurt my voice a little.
It
singing
sounded
that
like it
jingle.
did.
It's not my natural singing voice, if anyone was wondering.
Lies.
So, Funk keeps reeling off the questions, and we love him for it. And his first question this week is more of a statement that we will endeavour to help him with. We were hoping to inform him one way or the other last week whether or not he should fork out the cash on Elder Scrolls Online. Funk starts this week with, I still don't know if I want Elder Scrolls Online.
I think we covered it earlier, really, and the answer's got to be no.
I don't think you want it. I don't think you want it. It's not your sort of game.
No, it's not.
Or mine.
Yeah, and that's
Barely Ashes.
Yeah, it's barely mine. Yeah, you're right. And like, I know that Funk is a massive fan of like these type of games. Like, he's all into The Witcher 3 right now, and best bet is just to stick with that, buddy. I reckon this hasn't got the awesome co-opness that we thought it might have, or we want it to have. So, yeah, stick with The Witcher until a decent co-op fantasy game comes out, which I don't know what that will be, but it's not this one.
It'll be the next Elder Scrolls game, if you ask me.
You reckon?
Yep.
Okay.
Follow up to Skyrim. I'll have co-op.
That would be fucking awesome. I'd be all over that.
Yeah. It's. I think that you are after a co-op Skyrim. This is not that. I don't think you've any interest in World of Warcraft or Guild Wars or anything like that. And quite frankly, this is not as good as either of those games.
Nope.
So yeah, no, you don't want it. I don't think you want it.
Stay away.
I think we've done it. But we'll keep playing it, and that will annoy you, and eventually you might buy it.
That is true.
So next he says, we used to play COD quite a bit, and Battlefield. Now we don't. Why is that? We don't play COD because it got shit. We had it up to Modern Warfare 2, and that was kind of enough. We didn't like Black Ops, and then it was kind of more of the same. And we got a bit old and a bit jaded, and we stopped playing with lots of strangers. And Battlefield, the reason we don't play Battlefield is because I hate Battlefield. So
It's so true.
So I slowly just pushed everyone into not playing that game.
So what you're saying is we need to rise up and beat down our suppressor.
I think that will happen when Star Wars Battlefront comes out.
I think so too. I think that's when the next shooter that we'll probably all get into. One, mainly because it's Star Wars, which is cool. Two, because it's Battlefield-esque. So that's going to be good. So there's going to be some familiarity there. But apparently, it's... I was listening to a podcast the other day, and they're on about Battlefront and the way that vehicles spawn. So normally in Battlefield, they just spawn on the map, you go and get them. Whereas in this, it's... I don't know if it was the game mode that they were playing, but they said that there would be all different types of power-ups within the level that you go and pick up, and you don't know what you get. So you might get like a shield, or you might get like an X-Wing, which is weird. So I'm a bit worried about that. They seem to think that this could be due to the fact that it's a Star Wars franchise, so it's going to pull in a lot of people that don't normally play like Battlefield games, so it's a bit more user friendly or easier. So like everyone gets a turn in everything instead of just certain people always running and jumping in the same vehicle, which I can kind of understand, but I don't know. It's a bit
Sounds
odd.
fucking great to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, the last shooter I was really good at was Unreal Tournament 2004.
I don't think it's that kind of, but yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
The more user-friendly, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
But no, to be honest, we've got Battlefront and Rainbow Six coming out at the end of the year, and I would imagine that we will buy both of those games, and that will probably revitalize our faith in shooters. You could argue that with the Ghosts and then Advanced Warfare for Call of Duty, the horror show of the Battlefield 4 launch, that we are kind of well within our rights to be sort of jumped ship on shooters for a little while. I suspect that this autumn to winter it will be pulled back in.
Yeah, I hope so, because I want to shoot dudes in the face again. I miss it.
Yeah. played some Blacklight for a while, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. That was good, but I don't know. I think we went on one night and it was just like stupidly laggy and unplayable. And since then, we haven't gone back. But,
Yeah, one word, buddy. VSync.
Oh yeah, it was, wasn't it? That was terrible, wasn't it? And also, is it Zombie Studios or whatever the company that made it? They've gone under now or something, I think, as well. So I don't know how the support for that's working, and I don't know. But yeah, shooting dudes in the face, bring it on. I want it.
Funk's final question for Fuckwit Corner. I agree with you that Batman is a complete titty biscuit. So what, if any, superhero games do you like? Do you like any superhero games? I suppose you count your Lego franchises, do you? So you got your Marvel and that you quite like playing with Milo and that. So
yeah, I don't really class them as superhero. They're just Lego games, though. They're not
Lego games.
Yeah, they're not specific. Like, because I'll play any of the Lego games. I bought Lego The Hobbit this week because it was on sale in the US store for $6
because it was on sale.
So yeah, I'll just play any kind of Lego game. I ain't fussed.
I can't think of any superhero games that spring to mind, like, ever, that I've liked, to be honest. Like, even all the way back to the older consoles, I can't think of any. I can't think of anything that I was ever into in terms of superhero franchises and stuff. Can you?
The only thing I can think of really is, like, I mean, gaming, like, they had their own superheroes in it. Like, it wasn't like your comic book superheroes. They were their own identity. Like, you know, like Duke Nukem or whatever. You know, Earthworm Jim. These
Sonic.
these are superheroes.
Better than a fucking geezer in a cape pretending to be a bat.
Exactly. He's just got loads of money.
It's a fucking blue hedgehog who can run really fast. At least that's a fucking superpower.
Exactly. So I don't know. Like, yeah, I know, like, the whole superhero film franchise and stuff, and like it's all like booming and stuff. But yeah, there really hasn't been any like magnificent games with so-called superheroes in. But like I said, there's countless amounts of superheroes in games. They're just not classed as superheroes. Well, aren't there like loads of comic book like spin-offs and shit from like games? Like, there's all like the Halo comics and stuff like that. If that's what we're talking about, superheroes in that, I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose it doesn't really count. I mean, the superhero thing, I totally agree with you. There are far better superheroes already existing in the video game world that completely outstrip movie superheroes. But I mean, the biggest problem you've had with these games over the years is that they're franchised off to
tie-ins.
You know, they're peddled off to shit tie-ins.
Yeah.
Loads of most of these games have been toilet over the years. I literally cannot think of a good sort of like Marvel game or anything like that. I think there was an X-Men game on the Mega Drive that I quite liked, but I can't remember what that was called. I feel like it's a matter of time, though. Someone's going to pick up that Avengers license and do something with it. You know, in the same way that DICE are turning Battlefield into Battlefront and making this incredible game. I feel like, you know, Marvel's got so big now that these movies are the annual blockbusters more often
maybe
than not.
they'll go off and make their own thing, like LucasArts and whatever did. I don't know. Maybe they'll just make their own
maybe.
fucking games company. But yeah, we'll just do it ourselves.
And what a great studio they were.
Oh, Gibbons, buddy, they were fucking awesome. But I love the fact that, like, you know, they had your standard, well, not standard, but like the Star Wars tie-ins, but then they had like a complete different like creative aspect as well in LucasArts with like Monkey Island and all that lot. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, anyway, tangent. Yeah, back to the question.
The answer to your question is no.
Yeah, no.
No, I don't like any superhero games,
Yeah.
but I would love it if a decent, solid studio got hold of the Avengers license and made something, because there's so much great lore and there are so many great characters there. It's absolutely ripe for the picking for a decent, solid game studio to put something spectacular out. But up until this point, that hasn't happened, and I have no news of anything like that happening. So
Maybe in the future.
do you have a question for us here at the Justice for Gamers podcast? Every week we'll be ending the show with questions and comments sent in by you. Pop us a message on one of our social media sites or send an email to contact@justiceforgamers.com and we'll do our best to sort you out. And now it's time for questions and answers.
How many we got this week, buddy? Come on.
We got two.
That'll do.
One from my girlfriend and one from fictional Johnny Briggs.
Johnny Briggs.
Good old Johnny. So I don't know if you want to put that in or not. The first question is from Ellen, and she says, "Have you seen Allison Road? And what do you think?"
Yes, it can fuck off.
Why did you say that?
I don't want to be scared. I don't like it. I watched like I don't know, a minute or two of like the YouTube thing, obviously the YouTube video, not thing, and I was just like, yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm alright. I don't need this in my life.
Have you still got PT on your PlayStation?
Yeah, of course I have. I haven't touched it though, and I probably won't. Too scared.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, we started playing Outlast together, me and you. I feel like these games are kind of ripe for
Stupid co-op
like,
amusement.
share play.
Yeah, okay. I'll do it with you then. Yeah, that'd be fine. We'll do that.
Maybe we should go through PT together.
Oh god. Okay.
Anyway, if you don't know what this is, and I didn't until Ellen sent me this message a few hours ago, this is a spiritual successor to the PT demo, which was the promo for Silent Hills. You probably are aware of the Konami debacle with Kojima, and, well, I say you're probably aware. No one really knows what the fuck's going on still. But Silent Hills has essentially been cancelled and PT was yoinked from the store. But yeah, a selection of fans and various people have got involved, and they're making this game, Allison Road, which is a bit of a homage to the PT demo, with a very realistic looking house, lots of jump scares and so on.
It looks very cool. Graphically, it looks very nice. The way you can not pick stuff up, but highlight things and manipulate them. It's very smart looking, I must say.
It is. Hard to tell at this point what it's going to be, whether it's going to be... I mean, you can certainly guarantee there'll be a lot of hype surrounding it. It'll have no problems with marketing when it's launching. But
good old piggybacking.
I think most people... yeah, absolutely. I think most people who are fans of the old Silent Hill games and Kojima and Del Toro would probably suggest they'd much rather have that troupe back together and working back on whatever they were doing beforehand. But as a compromise, as a backup, as something that gives people hope in the horror franchise, something to look forward to, this looks cool, and as you said, looks really good graphically and so on. So yeah, I mean, the bottom line is we'll probably bottle it. We probably won't play it anyway. So
yeah, that will happen.
It will happen. And finally this week, a question from Johnny Briggs, who asks, is there anything new to look forward to on F1 2015? Obviously, he's aware of the fact that we're going to end up with this thing, and
Yeah.
wants to know
I guess so.
if there's any new stuff to look forward to here. Have you seen any of the... it was kind of weird. They didn't show anything in any conference. There was no mention of it in any of the conference or the promos or anything. But it was playable on the floor, and there are sort of semi-professional or even amateurish sort of fan sites that captured footage. The bulk of footage on YouTube is a camera filming a television rather than a direct feed. There are a couple of direct feeds in there as well. But have you seen anything of this game? It's coming out like next week, or like there's just been like no footage at all.
No, I've seen like a few images. I think I saw some new ones like last week. And I was like, yep, racing cars, looks good, cool. But yeah, I haven't seen any like actual gameplay footage, which is surprising, like you say, because it's out next weekish.
There's a couple of direct feeds. There's nothing like with a developer talking you through what they've been doing or anything like that. It's very weird. I think it's really strange. Like, I like that Codemasters tend to keep things close to their chest for a long time. You know, they'll announce games 5 months before they come out, and they don't tend to talk about them miles in advance when they don't really know what they've pinned down yet. But at the same time, this is highly anticipated, this thing, because they skipped next gen last year, so... And possibly the year before. We've never had an F1 game on these consoles. And it's
the
finally
first
coming
one.
out, and
Yeah.
there must be loads of people who are really excited about this, and it really is like pulling teeth finding out information about it. I've watched pretty much everything that there is on YouTube and read pretty much everything that there is to read. In terms of new features and that sort of thing, apparently they've kind of revamped the career mode. One of the major changes, there seems to be the whole build-up commentary now, with talking you around the track and all of that sort of thing, which sort of harks back to the old PS1 F1 games with Murray Walker in there.
You know
they've
what
rendered
I would
all of the
like to see in these games is like a tutorial, not a tutorial, but like, you know, a guided lap, you know, which talks you, like, as you go around, it talks you through how to take each corner and things like that, and where to brake and things like that. Because like you always get like the racing line thing, like where it's like red or green, like for braking and stuff. But you know, like it would be nice to go around, like you're saying that they do like the flyby and talk you through or whatever. But like to actually like whilst you're going around, like this is what you need to do here. You know, or like different things like where to overtake and like where's the best place to overtake and things like that. Because it's just left. I know you don't want to have like death by like tutorial in games, but I think it'd be like a nice option to go into it and find these things out.
Yeah,
it'd be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah, I mean, even if you watch the television coverage, you at least get. Well, normally you'll have someone commentating you through the pole lap and saying about each turn and that. And Coulthard does a really good job of that on the BBC coverage. Yeah, it would be nice. One thing I have noticed that they've kind of made a big effort on this year that we always thought was lacking in previous F1 games is the presentation. The fact that all the way through that last gen, they never bothered to render the drivers or the podium or anything. That was just insanity. You know, what a big deal! That's your reward for winning the race, and you're driving a game where, yeah, you might have done 75 laps. It let you do that, and then at the end, it's just like. Guy in your ear goes, "Oh, well done, great race," and then it just cuts to a menu with the results. Well, they've rendered all of the drivers now. They've rendered the podium. They've rendered the paddock properly. They've also at the start of the race as well, before the warm-up lap. So you'll have all the people with the umbrellas and the mechanics on the grid and the cameramen and everything. They've really gone to town on the atmosphere, which is great. Graphically, it looks nice. I really was trying to compare it to Project Cars. There's a nice video of a few laps of Spa on there, which is one of the F1 tracks that you can drive on Project Cars. And I actually watched the YouTube video and sort of loaded up Project Cars and was kind of driving it at the same time and comparing notes. It looks very nice. It doesn't look spectacular. The weather looks nice without being incredible. It's solid 1080-60, which is lovely.
Yes, that's what you want.
It's gonna be cool, and we're gonna like it. There's the different tracks on there, and the cars look rendered really nice.
It's all going to come down to the handling of the cars and things, really.
Yeah,
that's the big thing in these games, or in this game.
They nailed it on 2011.
Yeah.
2012, it was a little bit jarring. We had a bit of bother with. I think the bottom line is we're not going to know until we start racing, to be honest. But I don't think there's a great deal of new stuff there. We've been trying to find out whether there's co-op career, because that was something we really enjoyed doing before online.
Yeah.
No news on that at this point. I would hope that it's there, because why would you abandon it when you've held off on releasing a new gen version for so many years? It doesn't make much sense to me, but you know, they've essentially had 3 years of development on this thing when they're used to 1. So it should be absolutely mind-blowing, but whether it actually is or not, I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
We shall see.
But, yeah. Looks cool. But it does look more of the same, with some bells and whistles. So if you're expecting amazing innovation, I don't think that's what you're going to get.
No.
So I think that'll about do us on this week's episode. Have you had a nice time, Ash, in the sweltering conditions of England?
Yeah, it's been fucking brilliant. I'm just like sweating so much. It's great. This is just what I want to be doing right now. Sitting with
Normally I have several wee breaks during the podcast recording. Haven't needed to do that. Just sweating it all out.
Sweating
no
the piss out, mate. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love to sweat piss. Huge fan.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'm really enjoying having all the doors and windows closed. Yeah.
I think it's time to end. Thank you very, very much for listening. You can find us at justiceforgamers.com or Facebook.com/justiceforgamers, or come find us on Twitter. We are at justiceforgamer. We're also on YouTube. We're a selection of random letters and numbers, so just search Justice for Gamers. And we're also on Google+, if that is how you choose to live your life. Please come and join us next time round. We publish this every Sunday, ready for the week's work and stuff. I am Alex. I've been joined by my good friend Ash.
Hello and goodbye.
And goodbye.
Sweating.
You've been listening to the Justice for Gamers podcast with Ash and me, Alex. We release this every Sunday night, so you can preload it for the week ahead. To find out more, head to justiceforgamers.com, Facebook.com/justiceforgamers, or Twitter at justiceforgamer. If you have anything interesting to say, pop an email to contact@justiceforgamers.com, and if you could write us a review on iTunes, we'd be forever in your debt. Have a cracking week, and we'll catch you next time.